For millennia, war has been fought by human beings, bound by human limits, fatigue, fear, and the slow pace of command. But a new era is dawning. This is not a sci-fi fantasy. This is autonomous AI warfare. Systems capable of identifying, selecting, and engaging targets without human intervention. The speed of decision-making is now measured in milliseconds, not minutes. This revolution is fundamentally rewriting the rules of international conflict, forcing us to confront a terrifying question: what happens when the decision to take a life is ceded to a machine? To understand this future, we need to define the terms. We are talking about lethal autonomous weapon systems, or LAWS. Not just remote-controlled drones, but true fire-and-forget machines, human out-of-the-loop systems. Think of a self-driving car that, instead of navigating traffic, is hunting a target. Examples already exist with limited autonomy: anti-missile defense systems like the US Navy's Phalanx, or loitering munitions like the Israeli Harpy. But the future points to true battlefield AI, capable of learning, adapting, and coordinating without human check-in. The push for autonomy is driven by a familiar, powerful engine: the arms race. Major powers, the United States, China, Russia, see this as the ultimate strategic advantage. Whoever masters autonomous AI is believed to gain the decisive edge in the next global conflict. The incentives are compelling: removing human soldiers from harm's way, reducing reaction time, and deploying a force multiplier that can operate tirelessly in hostile environments. Geopolitical stability hinges on a new technological frontier, and the stakes could not be higher. The first major shift is the acceleration of war. A human commander needs to analyze data, consult rules of engagement, and issue an order. AI does this instantly. This speed advantage means the side with superior AI might deliver a decisive first strike that is too fast to be countered by human command. It compresses the timeline of conflict, increasing the risk of what experts call a flash war, a major confrontation that ignites and escalates before diplomacy or human judgment can intervene. Paradoxically, AI warfare could make conflict easier to start. One of the greatest deterrents to war is the cost in human lives. If autonomous systems reduce or eliminate casualties for the attacking force, the political threshold for engaging in conflict plummets. It dehumanizes the act of war. Furthermore, the lack of human control could lead to accidental escalation. A complex, interconnected network of autonomous systems, each optimizing for its own objective, could generate an unforeseen conflict that no human on either side intended. The system becomes the aggressor. The technology won't stay confined to major states. AI is ultimately software, and software can be copied, stolen, or sold. The barrier to entry for lethal force is dropping dramatically. Terrorist groups or non-state actors could soon acquire cheap, effective autonomous drones, making sophisticated, high-casualty attacks far more accessible. The geopolitical chessboard won't just be about great powers, it will be about any group with the resources to buy or build a killer algorithm. This is where the legal and moral crisis begins. Who is accountable when an autonomous weapon commits a war crime? If an AI system, acting on its own, mistakenly targets a hospital or a bus full of civilians, who is to blame? Is it the programmer who wrote the code? The commander who deployed the system? The manufacturer? International humanitarian law is built on the concept of human responsibility, but laws introduce an accountability gap, where no individual can be held criminally liable for the machine's unpredictable actions. This is the ultimate breakdown of justice. International humanitarian law, or IHL, demands that combatants adhere to three core principles: distinction, proportionality, and precaution. Distinction requires identifying combatants from civilians. Proportionality requires weighing the military advantage against expected civilian harm. Precaution requires taking all possible steps to avoid civilian casualties. Can an algorithm truly grasp the moral nuance and human judgment required for these principles? Can a machine, lacking the uniquely human capacity for empathy, mercy, or a respect for life, be trusted with life and death decisions? Many experts, including those from the Red Cross, argue that some laws should be banned because they cannot comply with IHL, pushing for a ban on systems that target human beings without meaningful human control. Another chilling ethical problem is algorithmic bias. AI systems learn from data. If the training data reflects historical human biases, the autonomous system will not only replicate that bias but potentially scale it up exponentially. Imagine a drone programmed to identify an enemy combatant based on biased imagery, leading to a system that disproportionately targets specific ethnic or demographic groups. This is not a failure of the machine, but a failure of the data it was fed. A biased algorithm deployed with lethal force is the perfect mechanism for institutionalizing discrimination into the future of war. Where does autonomy stop? Today, it's selecting a target. Tomorrow, it might be selecting the mission itself, or even initiating the conflict. The current global conversation centers around retaining meaningful human control, MHC. This isn't just a switch, it's about the degree of human understanding and oversight. Many systems are already human on the loop, meaning a human can intervene, but what happens in the fog of a fast-moving war? The cognitive speed difference might make human override functionally impossible. The slippery slope moves from human supervised to human monitored, and finally, to human out of the loop, where the system has evolved beyond the capacity for a human to understand its decisions. The AI revolution is not just about kinetic weapons. It extends to cyber warfare, intelligence gathering, and decision support systems. AI can process vast amounts of data, from intercepted communications to satellite imagery, to present a commander with a single, highly weighted recommendation. The risk is automation bias, the human tendency to over-rely on the output of an automated system. If an AI says attack, will a human commander, overwhelmed by data and facing a time crunch, ever choose to say no? The machine may not be pulling the trigger, but it is shaping the human mind to accept the attack. Autonomous AI warfare is the third revolution in conflict, following gunpowder and nuclear weapons. We stand at a critical crossroads. The future of international law, human rights, and the very concept of accountability in war rests on the decisions we make now. Will we allow the cold logic of an algorithm to make life and death choices, or will we draw a firm line and enshrine meaningful human control as a non-negotiable principle? The consensus is building. We need a global legal instrument, a treaty, to ban or strictly regulate these weapons before they become uncontrollable reality. The moral and legal frameworks for the 21st century battlefield must be built today, before the first fully autonomous global conflict starts tomorrow. The world of autonomous AI warfare is not coming, it's here. It requires vigilance, difficult conversations, and a commitment to humanity's role in the most profound decision, the decision to kill. What do you think? Should the international community ban fully autonomous weapons? Is it already too late? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe for more deep dives into the future of technology and geopolitics, and hit that notification bell. Your engagement drives this conversation. Thank you for watching.